What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a complete rumor roundup on the iPhone 5 and what you should expect and when it's going to be released. So first off, let's talk about the release date. Let's go into that quick. The release date, I believe, is going to be in the summer of 2012, even though the iPhone 4S was released in the fall. If you followed Apple and their iPhones through the years, you'll know that the iPhone 3, 3GS, and 4, they were all released in the summer of their years. So basically, I think the iPhone 5 is going to be released in the summer of 2012. And there is some speculation to believe that because there has been rumors that the Foxconn factory has already begun production of the iPhone 5. And from experience, they usually take around 4 to 6 months for production. And since it's February 2nd now, this would mean the iPhone would be released between June and August. And from experience, June or July is when they would usually release their iPhones. The next topic is about the processor and the speed of the iPhone 5. I fully expect it to become equipped with their A6 chip, which would include a quad-core processor. And the reason I think this is because Android has already announced their quad-core phone, which is the HTC Edge. And if Apple becomes behind Android, then that's not going to be good and Apple will start to fall, and Apple does not want that to happen. And also it's because the iPhone 4 had a single core and then the iPhone 4S had a dual core. So it would be expected that the iPhone 5 upgrades to a quad core, which would match the current pattern they're following. A quad core phone would mean that the App Store would start to include more gaming that a PC and a Mac could do. So you could start to see games like Black Ops on your iPad or something like that, or your iPhone, because the iPad 3 is also expected to have a quad-core processor. It's actually supposed to have the quad-core right before the iPhone, which is going to be released in the summer of 2012, and the iPad is going to be released in possibly March. Now, as far as the design of the iPhone 5, we need a new design because the iPhone 4 and 4S, they basically look exactly the same. And same with the 3G and the 3GS, they had the curvy design. And the iPhone 4, 4S, they had the flat design. They need to undergo a change. They always had their 3.5-inch screen. They are expected to upgrade to a 4-inch screen with this upcoming iPhone. And basically, we know this because a Foxconn employee actually leaked some info, and the info said that there was a few prototypes of iPhone 5s running around the factory, and they all had 4-inch screens. So that means we were likely to see a 4-inch iPhone, and if Apple is even thinking about this, then they're probably going to do it because considering all the phone screens are getting bigger lately. As far as the form factor, there was a rumor that there would be a teardrop iPhone 5, but that rumor was quickly denied. And we don't really have any more info other than that. We have no idea what it's going to be like, if it's going to go back to the iPhone 3GS form or it's going to have the flat design. We don't know yet. But one thing we do know is if it does have a 4-inch screen, then the phone's likely to be longer and it's going to be less thick, so it's not going to be the 9.3mm the iPhone 4S, so it's possibly going to be smaller than that. And now as far as the graphics, we've gone from the 3GS to the 4 to the 4S, and we can tell a huge difference between the graphics and what each iPhone could run. The iPhone 4S had a screen size of 960 by 640 and had 326 pixels per inch, and that is amazing compared to the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 3GS. And they are even expecting a bigger upgrade with the iPhone 5. They're expecting a screen size of 1280 by 720 with 365 pixels per inch. And that is going to be amazing. And don't you think, oh, that's a huge screen size or anything. It's going to be 4 inches. They had to adjust it because with a bigger screen, they need to have a higher pixel resolution. As far as the graphics, in the iPhone 4S, they actually used a company called Imagination Technologies, and they used some of their graphic cards, and they actually just released a new line of their graphic cards during CES 2012. And this new graphics line is expected to be 20 times better than the previous line, which was in the iPhone 4S and iPad 2. So just imagine how good the graphics could be if the iPhone 5 actually implanted the new Imagination Technologies graphics in their phone. As far as the camera, they are going to undergo probably another camera change. The back-facing camera will probably be 12 megapixels, upgraded from their 8 megapixels. And it will also feature 1080p recording because they don't want to go behind what they did before. And the last two iPhones did have a 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, which really does suck, and you guys probably can say the same. So Apple will likely upgrade their front-facing camera. It's likely to be upgraded to a 3 megapixel camera. And if you ask me, an iPhone with a back-facing 12 megapixel camera is a great deal, because if you look at all the phones in the stores, you can basically buy a 12 megapixel camera for well over $100 nowadays. Now with the iPhone 4S and iPhone 4 already being a lot of money, $199 with a plan upon their release date, I think that the iPhone 5 will have a similar cost. They cannot charge more than $199 with the plan. That is already a huge price right there. So if they do anything, I think the price range will be between $199 and $229 starting prices. So we will just have to wait and see. And basically, there is speculation that the iPhone 5 will be released in the summer of 2012. And there is even some proof that they're already planning a media event. And if you look on the screen right now, you'll see something scheduled for the June time zone. And that is rumored to be Apple's scheduled iPhone 5 event. Now, someone did ask me about Siri. Siri has to be included on the iPhone 5 and all future devices that Apple makes. I mean, that's like going from a 12 megapixel camera down to an 8 megapixel camera when upgrading their device. It would just make no sense that they don't add Siri on the iPhone 5. So if you guys agree with me, then leave me a comment below, or if you disagree, then tell me why. But anyways, guys, this has been an iPhone 5 rumor roundup. I really have no more to say about this because this is all the info I was given. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like to read all this info, then I do have a link in the description below. I did make a blog post that has all the info I just talked about and maybe some more. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.